Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 13th. This week, you start off with the Jack of Hearts. So, a lot of you have three Jacks here. So, a lot of you could have an admirer if you're single and looking. Could be male or female, doesn't matter. Um, yeah, it's interesting that you have three Jacks here. So, I'm trying to see what's up with that. But anyway, Jack of Hearts represents an admirer, somebody who's interested in you. So a lot of you could have that. If you're already with somebody, this can also just represent having more fun and having more opportunities to have fun, especially with three Jacks here. It could also represent the fact that you have three Jacks, can represent the fact that you are at maybe the very beginning of something new or starting a new project or just a new kind of stage of life in a lot of ways. Next, you have the Six of Hearts. Long-term message for you, Taurus. You constantly get sixes, at least in my readings with me. And Six of Hearts represents a return of energy, being able to start new things and finally see a return of energy. Maybe whereas in like the past you've tried to start something and it just goes nowhere, doesn't really work out. This is you finally able to put energy into something and like get it back equally, if not better. So that could go for relationships, which definitely seem to be highlighted this week, even friendships. But with all these Jacks could represent friends as well. So a lot of like return and energy there, and also yeah, pretty much anywhere. It's a very good card. It's also a card of negotiating. I would say if you're involved in anything legal, this is a good card for negotiating and doing anything involved with that. Or even if you're trying to sell something like a house, it'd be a really good card for negotiations and, you know, kind of getting what you want in that situation. Next, you have the Jack of Clubs. A lot of you are dealing with a fire sign. Again, that's been a long-term message for you, dealing with somebody who's like a fire sign in your life, and so that person shows up again. This can also represent a friend, again, a friend coming to you needing help, or a friend offering you help as well. So stay open to all of that, but again, feels distinctly fire sign. So, you know, a lot of you might be taking the lead in a relationship or something like that with a fire sign, especially showing up like this. Next, you have the Jack of Spades, your third Jack, kind of like charging forward and just doing things and getting things done. I think a lot of you just want to get things done, just in general, and just don't want to sit around anymore and wait for things to happen. So it looks like a lot of you are just kind of like getting ready to do that, getting ready to really charge forward and take action in a lot of ways. This card does say that maybe you don't have all the details, and also maybe that's something you need to get comfortable with. Maybe, you know, like I said, maybe you're thinking about starting a new business or new friendships or whatever, and maybe you're used to having all the details, but you just don't. That's what this card represents. It kind of represents just needing to get started and just figure it out kind of as you go. Next, you have the Ten of Diamonds, a really good money card, card of money increasing, better money, better prosperity, better job opportunities, better opportunities for saving, better opportunities just financially in general. It's a good card for also looking at your finances. Great card for, you know, going back over paperwork and things like that, making sure everything's squared away. Great for going over your taxes. So if you're doing any of those things this week, this is a very good card for that. And yeah, I mean, it's just good for money in general. Next, you have the Five of Clubs. Five of Clubs is a good card for learning. A lot of you could be learning new things this week, new skills. It's also a card about going on vacation, but I would say that most of you would be planning that out. It's a card of planning vacation, planning a move, planning on moving, just planning on doing lots of things, really. It's not just even moving. It could be planning a lot of things out for the future, especially with that Jack of Clubs. A lot of you could be focused on the future and focused on planning out for the future. And finally, you have the Four of Hearts, a really good card of just building more comfort in your life, having more comfort, having more of the things that you want, getting things that you want, and just having a better experience overall. This card can also represent getting new jobs, new businesses popping up, new positions available to you, even new relationships opening up to you as well. So it looks like a very exciting week, a lot of stuff going on. I would say that, you know, for the most part, it just seems like planning, though, and seeing how things are kind of going to manifest for you. I'd say, really, you're still probably going to be waiting for a lot of these things to happen, but they are kind of starting to happen, so that's the good news. But looks like a great week, so thank you, and enjoy the week.